Remote high ticket sales absolutely changed my life. As someone that was a burnt out salesperson, I was in sales for 5-10 years prior to actually getting into remote high ticket sales. And so I wanted to put this video specifically together for salespeople that are considering making the leap and jumping into this extremely lucrative career, again, that changed my life for the better. Now, just so you guys know a little bit about me, my name's Aleo. I'm now the founder of High Ticket Sales Academy. I'm also the author of the best-selling book, The Book on High Ticket Sales. And if you're watching this video, you're probably in sales. And I was just like you. I was someone that actually started back when I was in college. I did door-to-door sales, and I did that for 3 summers. And I remember the first year I ever did sales, and for anyone watching that's new, it wasn't sexy. I wasn't the best in the world, but I got good because I didn't give up. And if you want to learn more about that, you can check out another video. But I started as a door-to-door salesperson, and 3 years in, I got really good at it. And I realized, man, if I can really get paid for working hard, this is a great career. And quickly after 3 years doing that, I made enough money to pay for my entire college in a 12-week period. I'm selling educational books door-to-door. I started thinking to myself, man, this is great money as a college kid, but there's got to be better sales careers out there. And so the next thing I went into is I got pitched on the idea of getting into insurance sales. I did that for 5 years. I was going business to business. I was going door to door, you name it, selling insurance policies for individuals and companies. Now, there were some really breakout weeks when I was there. I had some 12K weeks. I crushed it, but also it was a lot of work to get there. If you know anything about insurance, they take anything that breathes, anyone that moves. It's not hard to get a job there, but when you're successful and you crush it and you're willing to work like 90-hour weeks, you can absolutely make great money, okay? And after 5 years of doing that, I built a team and had an office and all this stuff, and I started thinking to myself, man, I don't know if insurance is a thing that I want to do long term, okay? And so I started looking into the next best thing, and instantly I thought, man, if I want to make great money in sales, I got to get into medical device sales. Like, that is going to be the thing that's going to get me there. And after I went through everything, I realized one thing that was certain is that, man, if medical device salesmen make great money, but I remember the recruiter saying, yeah, get expected to travel 70% of your week. And I'm like, whoa, 70% of my week? Holy smokes, I'm not going to be home. It's like, how do I even have a life? He's like, oh, it doesn't matter. You'll make great money. We'll sit courtside at NBA basketball games. Like, who cares? Maybe it sounded good as if I wanted to be single the rest of my life, but I had a bigger vision. I wanted to have a family. I wanted to have a life in the city that I actually lived in, right? Maybe own a house, whatever, all these things. And so I decided to turn down the opportunity because I was presented what today is called remote high ticket sales job. And it was with a company that was probably somewhere between $80,000 to $100,000 a month. And I was the 7th employee, the 2nd salesperson they've ever hired. And I came aboard to sell a $3,000 product. Okay. It wasn't 30 grand. It wasn't whatever, but it was a $3,000 product. And really, it was life changing for me. I couldn't believe the fact that I would show up on my calendar and literally just have 5 to 10 calls booked, okay, based on how many sales calls I wanted to take. And it was just my job to close those sales, okay? And the beauty behind it was I was so accustomed to knocking on doors or making all these phone calls to cold prospects, trying to set appointments, trying to pitch them of being interested in what I'm selling when they had no idea who I was, why I was calling, or probably even what I was selling, right? It was really a game changer for me to get into a place where people were coming to me already interested in what I had to give them. And it was in that moment that I realized, man, oh man, this has to be the future of sales. And so fast forward, I actually worked for that company for 7 years. I'm probably one of the only, folks in this space that actually did the job as a closer. And again, I didn't do it for a month. I didn't do it for a year. I did it for 7 years. And if you see behind me, there's tons of awards, whatever. This is from the past company I used to work for. And I've closed over $20 million in high ticket sales. Okay. Led me to publishing a best-selling book. It led me to just doing a lot of different things, speaking on stages, whatever. But I had a lot of success, and I was someone that was making the big money that is now promoted to you guys, okay? But, it was one of those things where being someone that was making maybe just shy of 100K a year, maybe just over in previous sales roles, when I transitioned into this industry, because I was talking to warm clients, because I already understood sales, okay, it was so much easier to get into this space because you just kind of get it, right? And if you're watching this and you're in sales, you understand there's a level of reading people, but it's also you understand that sales is all about like working hard and you'll see results. But at the end of the day, like if you work hard and then you pair that with getting your skill set up, you become really lethal at sales. And that is what changed for me, and making 30, 40K a month became really the normal. Okay. And it was because I was good at one call closing. I was good at answering objections. But the fun part is I was talking to warm prospects, man. That was the beauty of it. You know, gone were the days where I had to knock on a door and explain to someone why they need to buy books from me when they never even were looking for books for their, their kids to help them with homework, right? Or they need to buy insurance from me when they didn't even think they needed this type of insurance that I was selling until the moment I came on their door. Like people were coming to me already interested and having questions. And that was always the dream, right? We always loved when we talked to someone, and you know what it's like in sales. You talk to someone that is looking for exactly what you have. You're just like, oh my gosh, I don't have to spend all this time building all this rapport. And that's what high ticket sales was for me. It was a phenomenal breakthrough career. But the thing I want to tell you guys, I wasn't on the sexiest offer day one. Okay. Even though I stayed with the same company, it wasn't someone that was doing $2 million a month, like all these people are pitching. It was just with a company that could guarantee me 3 to 4 calls a day. Okay. And I made the most out of that opportunity. And I helped that company scale to now doing over, 20 million in sales a year. And they hit Inc. 5,000 5 years in a row. I helped build that sales team. I did so much, but I was willing to grow. I was willing to learn, and they were willing to take a bet on me because I didn't have a high ticket sales experience, but I had sales experience. And since they were newer, it was really beneficial and all this kind of stuff. Now, when I look back to how I got started my first year, I did make over 6 figures as a high ticket closer. I think I made just shy of 170. Okay. But I did invest in a program to learn how to master this type of sale. Okay. And it was really helpful for me to learn from someone in this space that knew what they were doing. And it really wasn't a robust program. It was really just someone that said, hey, I'd be willing to train you on what I do to be successful. It was just someone that helped me out. And so that was very beneficial because it allowed me to understand that this is a little bit of a different sale than the stuff I've done in the past. And so if you're someone that is considering getting in the space, you already have sales experience, I do want to let you guys know that, you are someone that can be successful in remote high ticket sales. But the second thing I want to let you guys know this is that just like anything, it's a different skill set. Okay. And you think about someone that's riding a bike, like all you guys watching this video, I know you know how to ride a bike. But when you think about mountain biking, or you think about someone that rides down a mountain at an extremely fast speed, like in Colorado, and you've seen those videos, they got the GoPros on their helmets. I don't know about you guys, but as someone that has been riding a bike my entire life, I'd probably never do that because I'd probably die. And even though I know how to ride a bike, and that is a riding a bike thing, it's still a completely different skill set. Okay. Maybe I could do it, but I would have to go down that hill really freaking slow. And so, I almost look at the transition into this industry kind of like that, because it is a little bit more of a finesse sales job. It is not a hustle sales job. Okay. Like you really have to be good, and you have to be confident. You got to be certain. There's a lot of things. You got to ask the right questions. There's so much you need to learn to sell someone a $10, $20, $30, $50,000 package in one sales call of something that's not tangible, right? You're probably watching this and maybe you're someone that does roofing and you sell home improvement stuff. You're like, Chad, I've sold $80,000 packages. Well, yeah, but that's something where people can see the change, right? In high ticket sales, you're selling info products, you're selling coaching programs, you're selling done for you services that haven't been completed yet. And you got to really, how do I bring the value in early so that someone can see the worth of spending their investment on a program like this to help them get where they want to go? And that's really the skill set you need to master. And so if you're someone that's looking to fast track this process, we've helped hundreds of people get into high ticket sales. And so if you click the link below, you can actually check out our site or my business, highticketsalesacademy.com. Again, we not only train, but we also help you get a job with some of the top companies in the space. We partner with names that you've all heard of, but we really want to make sure that you get an opportunity to sell because they're looking for top salespeople like you that understand the foundations and have taken their foundations to the next level to become a pro in remote high ticket sales. So again, if you're looking to fast track the process, click the link below. We look forward to helping you and really helping you get to that next level.